I mean, half time I'd probably take a point. Half time I'd probably take a point. But here's the frustrating thing. Here's the thing I'm frustrated about is that we haven't really played particularly well, even second half. But and this is the bit you've got to get a grasp of. The difference in second half was just energy and impetus and effort and a desire to get things first. And all of a sudden you pin them back, and you're better than them second half. But first half, like, you just tossed 45 minutes away of just drifting through something because they were playing a slightly different way and made us uncomfortable. Teams are going to do that to us. And as you said to you, just because we were giving up like the physical height advantage or whatever, that almost means you've got to be even more determined and brighter on when we get the opportunities to pass and move the ball and break forward with pace. And that's what we did second half. We're a long way away from the goals. But how I see it is that we go into the lead, and twice that we go into the lead, yeah, and we did it Saturday, and we spoke after the game about it. We sunk in and we got too deep and we didn't allow ourselves. We stopped playing. We stopped taking the line that we had to get ourselves back into the game and into the lead. And we dropped back. And whilst it's natural that teams do that, well, there's got to be voices and a determination out there that says, no, we hold that line and carry on playing the way we've been playing. Yeah, because that's what's got us back into the game. What had us 1-0 down at half time was being dropped onto the edge of the box and allowing them the balls into the box and territory. Because it wasn't that they particularly passed you off the pitch, but they had territory on you. And that made them a threat, and it made us less of a threat. So we sink back in, and then we concede, and we go and get another goal, and we do it. And the goals we've given away. I'm a long way away. He's taken a touch up there. I'm asking the question, why is no one putting their head in there to buy a cheap free kick? And then we've got people standing off of him. Standing off and letting him get the ball down, get a turn. Like we're fearful of getting tight and making a challenge. And it's too easy. And by the time the ball goes in, I don't even know how it goes in. But I know we've got 3 people putting no pressure on the ball, at least. And that's no good to us. It's no good. And then the last goal. And the ball's in the air and age, and we hesitate because we back off. We've got to be braver in those moments because it's cost us 2 points. It's cost us 2 points. For all the effort we put in, we've ourselves again. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So in one hand, I'm giving you a pat on the back for getting yourself back into the game, so and so. And even at the end, you know, I've been interesting to see the goal that's disallowed back. And then you've even in, let's say, Joe just said it, in the 97th minute, you've done everything. Listen, get your head up because you've done everything. You've run the length of a pitch in the 97th minute. You've busted a gut, and there's no mean feat catching up with him, yeah, to get there. And you've done it. You've hit the target with pace, and I'm not sure anyone else would have looked to do any different. You've just an unbelievable save gets them out. Unbelievable save gets them out. So keep your head up, because if you skied it or scuffed it or missed it, yeah, you'd be disappointed in yourself. But the fact that you've shown a desire to get in there is everything that we needed. So the pat on the back for getting you back in, but we've got to defend those moments so much better. And we know we have. We can't keep coming in here going, got to get standing off the ball, boys, because it goes right the way through the side. There's got to be one that goes and takes people with them, because that's frustrating. And those little moments that are costing us, we've got to die in front of the football. We've got to, because that's the only way that makes it worth it. You get to sit there at the end and you go, now I've shut that one out. That's a job well done. Instead of the frustration that we're going home with. Well done.
Right, I'm here with today's player of the match, Iola Koga. First of all, well done for that. But before we talk about you and your performance, I want to talk about the game. That was mental.
Boy, the first half We were not at the races. We kind of struggled. They pinned us in. I think the formation that they played, we were struggling to figure it out. And then we came in. Devs and Joe came in and spoke to us, and then just gave us some pointers to take into the second half, and said that it wasn't good enough, the standard that we were playing at, especially from Saturday's performance, where we were flying. The first half wasn't good enough, so gave us a few pointers, and then I think the back line stepped up a little bit, and then we actually tried to put more pressure on them, which allowed us to get more chances. And then, yeah, when you see the highlights, boy, what a game.
Yeah, I mean, it was 64 minutes we scored our first goal, so 2/3 of the game in, we still hadn't scored, and then the floodgates opened, and we looked really good from that point on, certainly going forward. What was it like playing in that game when you're 1-0 down, then you're 2-1 up, then you're 2-2, then you're 3-2 up, then they equalise again, like the emotions all over the place?
It's like a basketball game, to be honest. It's just back and forth, back and forth. It must have been exciting for the fans. They must have been loving it. But as a player, to be 2-1 up, and then to be 2-2, then to go 3-2, thinking that you've won it, and then they've come back and got an equaliser again. It's a game that's, your heart. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Was it tiring playing it like more than normal? Because it was, watching it, you could see it was, neither team was trying to hold on to possession for too long. It was just getting it forward very quickly, end to end. Like, did it feel more tiring than a normal game?
Yeah, it was, because it basically felt like you're doing box to boxes. Like, you've gone from your own box to your own counter attack. You're trying to support, and if you see Josh and he's going to try and keep up with him, boy.
It's hard to do that. You've got 2 goals in 3 games. Pretty good goal scoring form you're finding yourselves in. The celebration that you scored tonight, it looked like it was a game-winning goal, 87th minute, and we could see it in your celebration. Like, what was going through your head?
I thought I've won the game. Generally thought that I've won the game. Like you said, 87th minute. I thought, yep, I've got the headlines for today. But to be fair to them, they've dug deep. They've found a way to score a goal, which is, I don't know if it's unjust, but at the end of the day, it's football. We maybe didn't consecrate. We were too relaxed, and we allowed pressure to come onto us, which is not always the best. Instead of us sitting back, we should have probably tried to maintain what we were doing the first 20 minutes in the second half to get us back into the game.
Yeah, it's a frustrating one, considering the last 2 we conceded were both 3 minutes after scoring, and I think it maybe is evident that we're a team that had been lacking confidence for a bit this season, where we didn't feel like we could impose ourselves. I think we did that really well on Saturday, when we kept scoring, kept going at them, and this was maybe a slightly different level kind of game. But what can we do to improve on that? What can we do to make sure when we get the lead we hold on to it?
I just think that once you've scored, I think we've got to, as a team, just not fear of conceding and just build on the goal that we've already scored, because I think that we tend at the moment to go into a shell once we score, and it's not always the best. They always say that the best form of a defence is attack, so once you get one, I think we'll carry on and go and get second. If we go second, third, and keep going, be relentless.
Finally, it does feel like things are starting to turn. Obviously you're a new player this season, quite a few new players this season. We've been adjusting to playing together. We've had some disappointing results, but we've now got a couple of games unbeaten in the league. We've got some good cup runs and more cup games to come, slowly getting this place as a new home to be more of a fortress. Does it feel like things are on the up?
Yes, it is. With every game, the team are developing, we're still working. Everyone's still getting to know each other's game, but game by game, everyone's now knowing where the next pass is, or what that player's trying to do, and then obviously now it's starting to take place. Stick with us, because sooner or later we're going to turn a corner and we're just going to keep going and going and going. So that's my advice to the fans.
Well done, mate. Really good performance today. UFL player of the match, so smashed it. Well done, mate.